Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host, and my guest is the dynamic president and CEO of the Oakland African American Chamber of Commerce, no other than Miss Cathy Adams, the lady who knows how to get things done. Cathy, what other resources do you think should be brought to bear? What is the, specifically, if anything, is the city council doing? I know they've had some meetings, etc., but meetings are not enough. It just seems to me dynamic action is required under these circumstances. The question is, what is the city council doing? I know the city council's rating is horrible as a result of a recent survey, as is the mayor's. So, what's going on?
Well, here's what I try to do, because I understand that, being in a leader and being in this seat is hard, Mr. Harris. It's not easy. But I do know that the council did vote in connection with Mayor Shane Tao. And as I say, when I say these numbers, I know it's not enough, but it's a start. So they voted for a $400,000 fund. That would be a grant that small businesses can apply for, where they would be able to.
Wait a minute. How much?
Mr. Harris.
$400,000.
$400,000.
They ought to be put. The city council and the mayor and all of them.
I know, Mr. Harris, but here's what we have to do. We absolutely have to try to empower the community and empower the city council. And what I do understand that there are discussions now. They have voted to do the LPRs. Those are the license plate readers.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. And so the multicultural chambers.
You know what else they ought to do? They ought to put up some cameras in the city, and because people have taken advantage of the city. They got trash everywhere. It is absolutely unacceptable. It's ridiculous, and they ought to have cameras throughout the city.
Well, I do know the next. I know, but the next movement that you're saying, when we drive to other cities, Mr. Harris, and for full transparency, we have a responsibility as a resident in this city to do our part.
Amen.
And basically, I was in my neighborhood. I live in North Oakland, and I saw this person just walking, didn't work for the city, literally was going down the street picking up paper. We've got to do our part.
Amen.
It's a lot that we have to deal with. Certain things we inherit, certain things we know that they won't be solved tomorrow. But I think the license plate readers is in a great direction. Most people would say, well, it's invasion of privacy.
That's crazy.
And I also,
it ain't no invasion of
privacy. I know, but we have to do it.
You leave your house, your privacy ends.
I know, and I think this is positive. I did hear on the news that there were at least approximately 15 police cars that actually had the license plate technology in their car.
And that's good.
Well, but for some reason they said that we're not doing it, but they got to react that, because what's so critical, you've even got, because I hear what's going on in the street, somebody could have stolen your license plate and replaced your license plate with a black license plate so that they're doing these bad things in their car. So I'm saying that as much, anxiety that is created around our city, we have to stay in the fight together. So it is my hope, I'll be going to city council here shortly, but I do know that they all have been meeting, coming together with the plan that I'm sure they're going to roll out. And the fact that they're moving.
I hope they roll it out soon. It's
well,
been almost a year, and things are not getting better. Things are getting worse. And all I'm saying that we all have a responsibility. And I think you touched on it when you said somebody out there picking up paper. Of course we should be
but and the other thing that we have to say, Mr. Harris, and I'm just going to go out on the limb and say this.
Okay.
Our mayor is like our commander-in-chief, like we have the president of the United States.
That is true.
They can't work alone. Every respective city council member should be working in their respective districts, making sure that they're connecting with the residents and doing their part.
Absolutely.
And I can say this, October 16th coming up, you have Councilmember Dan Cowell that does North Oakland and go past BB Memorial. they will be there at BB Memorial having a public safety meeting because they're bringing in the businesses.
And you know, that is absolutely critical. I remember when former Mayor Elihu Harris, he had a program called We Mean Clean. Leadership requires that you inspire every neighborhood to take ownership of what goes on in that neighborhood, including helping to clean it up. But it takes leadership for that.
Well, I think you came up with something, and I certainly remember I worked for Mayor Elihu Harris. If we initiate We Mean Clean, maybe we can create some kind of contest where each community can invest in ourselves. This is what I'm saying.
And we can say how.
I know, but the frustration.
The cleanest neighborhood. Don't touch that remote. We gotta go to break. We will be right back. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I'm your host, and my guest is Cathy Adams, President and CEO of the Oakland African American Chamber of Commerce.